this. I want to start doing this. I'm gonna pick your
Yeah.
brain. Yeah, I think it's so
Okay.
much easier and better.
All right. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to In the Know 360, show hosted by me, Annette, the warm-hearted warrior diva. This show gives you insights on the journeys of high-achieving business owners and music artists who share with our audience the importance of building a strong community of like-minded individuals on the road to greater success. This evening show is a collaboration between NNO 360 and Miss Tanika Allen, also known as Twixx Mixx. I love Twix, by the way. And Miss Tanika Allen is the founder of Twixx Mixx Productions, a company dedicated to supporting the independent community with artist development and promotional opportunities. With over 20 years of service, from social work to community care, she has a diverse role that she plays in approaching and helping our artists. And so, with that being said, I'm not going to belabor this. Welcome, Miss Allen.
Thank you.
Yay!
Thank you. Thank you, Annette. It's a pleasure being here. I am honored to be on your platform. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, ma'am. Well, no pressure, but we have several questions for you this evening.
Okay.
I love you, the color on you too, by the way,
Thank
burgundy.
you. Like we got the memo. We have
Right,
to take today's assignment, right? We got
right.
color coordinated.
Exactly. I love it. I love it. Well, the first question is, can you tell us a little bit about your journey? How did you go from your diverse background in customer service, social work, community care to building the Twix Mix Productions? And what sparked this transition into the music and entertainment world?
Wow. Okay. So that's a loaded question. Give me a moment. Okay. So, straight out of high school, actually, my best friend and I we just had friends that were always into something. So promotion of events and activities were something always part of my life. Um, so we started off with that. We started working, believe it or not, with male exotic dancers. We were promoting them.
Okay.
And okay, and then we were also promoting comedy shows for people, comics. Like for example, we helped promote when Gary Owens was really like new to the game. We were like
Wow.
promoting stuff with them and stuff like that. So it was really good. Not him specifically, but the promoters that were working with him, right? So we were
Mhm.
doing things like that for a while. So then, of course, life is real. So bills do come, right? So I had to get into work. So my profession has been with the geriatric community for over like
Mhm.
about 30 years now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's a passion of mine as well. Just making sure people are taken care of and they have someone that they can trust into, right? So when I moved back to LA,
Mhm.
I ended up working at a few different skilled nursing facilities out there, and then I ended up working for this particular one in South Central LA.
Mm.
And there I ran into a person that it became my brother.
Oh, wow.
He's a talented artist. Um, but he wasn't like, I didn't see him getting the attention that I felt like he deserved. Like his family was very in tune, very supportive, but he was so good. I just wanted to help him, right? So of course I reached back into my little bag of tricks and I just started really being there, and people thought I was managing him, but I wasn't. I was just really trying to support and promote. And that then turned into me working on a podcast every Friday out there, and it was so good. It was very nice. So that transitioned into TMP because I wanted to do something that I could go out and
Mhm.
make sure that indie artists, small businesses, because with the
Mhm.
concerts and things like that, there's a lot of pop-ups. People come
Mhm.
out, they want to get tables, they want to sell their products. So I really want to promote anything and everything indie, right? So
Mm.
that's kind of how it got started. And I mean, it's so
Wow.
much more to it, but that's like the easiest way of getting to the next thing.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. Yeah, like it's just interesting. Your background is social work and geriatrics, and my background was public health.
Really? Oh, see? You see, and that's why I always say lead with love, right? It's a real thing. I don't just say it because it sounds good. Like I live that life. You know what I
Right.
mean? So, and now it makes a lot of sense, like how you are in your compassion, because it's just in you. That's not something you can really teach, you know?
That's
So
true.
that's so amazing. Oh, I love you even more now.
Aw, it's so good to know, because that I have to give it. I didn't do the clinical portion, but I'm
Mhm.
like behind the scenes type of public health. But
Absolutely.
my hat goes off to you. Gosh, that's a lot. That's a heavy lift.
It
So
is, and it's very rewarding in
yeah.
that respect because they say the old saying is once an adult, twice a child, and so
Oh
you have to be
yeah,
able to.
that's
I
true.
feel like you should have somebody that you can trust, and not a lot of people
Mhm.
can. There's so many people out here taking advantage of our
Yeah.
elders, and I
Hmm.
wanted to be at least one of the people that they could trust, that they knew that I was going to give them the right advice, and,
Uh huh.
not try to take advantage of them, things like that, where they can feel comfortable. I
Hmm.
feel like everybody deserves that, just to feel safe, So
Right.
I like to be that for them as much as I possibly can. But with that, like I said, it turned into Twix Mix Productions because it turned into Twix Mix Productions before, but then I ran into a wonderful man named DJ Booyah. And I met him because of me working with the artist I was telling you about. And it just took off from there, honestly, because I went out, I was getting already contracts with different clubs in Hollywood, clubs in LA,
Hmm.
clubs all over Los Angeles County. And I was hiring him to be the DJ, and he showed up for me one time that was so incredible that I just was like, okay, can you be the TMP
Mm.
DJ? Will you be my DJ? And he said yes. So from
Oh
that
wow.
moment, we started. We took off. We did so many shows, and we were like, it was just gaining momentum, right?
Right.
And then COVID happens. Everything
Oh.
we do is social. Everything we do is in groups. We
Yeah.
had so many back to back to back to
Mm.
back shows. Oh, and then
Oh
it was like it
man.
was so defeating, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, we kind of just like we took the hit and we tweaked it. We just started doing like online concerts online,
Yeah.
or trying to
Oh
get
wow.
people
Yeah.
to talk and do things like that. So that's how the IG lives really were born, because we it was out of necessity.
Mm-hmm.
It was out of necessity. We wanted to continue to have our indie artists know that we still supported
Mm-hmm.
them. We still wanted to give them a out to be able to
Right.
express their talents and things like that. So it started with the IG lives, and now that we're kind of getting back to it, now I'm in Northern California. So I am now an administrator for a community care agency. So I'm still able to help our elders and help them find, placement
Mm-hmm.
within assisted livings. So I love what I do professionally. And as far as TMP goes, it just keeps growing because now we have a village. We have Cherie, the vegan queen. We
Yes.
have Master Yo.
Seesaw. Shout out to them.
Lulu.
Yep.
We have DJ Booyah. We have all of our villagers that have come in as our indie artists
Mm.
that support us, that we support back, of course. You know what I mean? And oh, like LBC Face. We have
Oh
so many
yeah.
great, great people that have come in, supported our mission, and have
Okay.
joined our forces, and it
Uh-huh.
just makes us that much bigger. I believe in the village. I believe in the village. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the family, how you promote and advocate for the family. And
Mhm.
that's what it's about. And shout out, thank you, Free Masio. Masio is
Oh,
on here.
please.
Queen, the vegan queen.
Oh,
Hi,
yes.
lady. Thank you so much for joining
Oh, she
us.
here? She
Yes,
here?
she's
Hi,
here. Yep,
Queen.
she's
Oh,
here.
thank you. Thank you
Thank
for time.
you.
Okay, now
Wow.
I'm seeing, oh, I see the hearts. Okay, I wasn't
Yeah.
paying attention. Oh, thank you guys for coming and supporting, like you always do. Thank you so much for being here.
Aw. Well, the next question is could you tell us more about the Twix Mix production? What makes it unique
Mm.
in supporting our indie artists?
Well, what makes us unique is that we don't leave you. We once you
Mm.
come, we're not just here to say, "Oh, let me use you for this moment in time," and then you kind of
Mhm.
just dissipate, right? You vanish into air. No, we don't do that. Um,
Mm.
something that is not as prevalent as it once was is
Right.
artist development. So we work
Okay.
with artists behind the scenes. Oh, they ask us questions. We don't charge. If anything, there's
Mm.
we found a way to kind of give back to the artist. And
Okay.
I'm going to give that credit to the vegan queen Cherie because she's very creative in what she does and she's such a beautiful asset to what we do here
Yes.
at TMP. And so there are certain times where we're actually able to compensate or financially gift
Mm. Mhm.
some of the
Mhm.
artists that do participate in some of
Okay.
the shows that we provide. So that's
Okay.
something that's unique. Usually you're being charged. In this
Mm.
instance, you're being compensated for your
Oh.
time, even though it's like 15 or 20 minutes.
Oh wow.
We try
Okay.
to find that if we don't do that, then we are sending you our products so that you can try them out, you can test them out,
Gotcha.
you can let us know.
Right.
Um, things like that. So that's one of the ways. The other thing is that we really take a firm investment
Right.
in each individual. If I do in this Twix in the mix with Twix, will be coming back 2025. That's where I sit and I give a solid 45 minutes to an hour to that person, whatever it is that their gift is. I give that to them, but I do deep dives into them.
Mhm.
I watch other interviews that they've done so that we can have a conversation. That's the other
Mhm.
thing. We do conversations. We don't do interviews, right? Because so we like to talk to one another. We want to feed off of each other, right?
Right.
So we do that. But just really doing a deep dive and keep in mind that we're dealing with indie artists, right? So
Mhm.
not a
Yep.
lot of them have a lot of deep diving to do. So it's
Right.
a lot of things that I have to scratch through just to make
Mm.
sure that it makes sense because I believe in their music. I believe
Yes.
in who they are, but who they are is going to
Right.
determine how we do the show. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so true. I guess the term interview it because when people go to get a job, right, you're being interviewed, and it's that whole taboo notion of oh my gosh, I'm under the light or like you're being
Yeah.
interrogated. Sorry, but yeah, so I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Definitely, it sounds like your philosophy is calm and peaceful and just serene. Like you have that approach where, hey, how are you doing? You know, not
I'm a
uptight.
hugger. I'm a
Yeah,
hugger, Annette. I want if I can't hug you in person, I'll
right.
hug you virtually. You know what I
Hug.
mean? Yeah. Like I'm here. I'm here as much as I can be. Extremely busy with both
Yeah,
situations, trying to keep them in
right.
order. But just I want to just make you feel at home. That's why we
Hmm.
say, the place that you can call home because once you
Yeah.
come here, we don't want you to leave. We want you to stay. We want you to be a part of the village. The bigger the village, the stronger we are. And
Hmm.
there's so much. Here's the other thing.
Yeah.
With having people within our village like Cherie, right?
Hmm.
Like Monster Yo. There's so many different like DJ Booyah.
Yeah.
There's so many different avenues that they have outside connections to, right?
Hmm.
Or I can include myself, but I don't because I give my flowers to everybody else.
Yeah.
But what we do is we come together and we open up these avenues for one another. Monster, yo, if you want to fly on the cloud tomorrow, we will
Right.
figure out a way to make that happen. You hear me? If you want to have a product on the shelves in Walmart, get with Cherie, okay? Because
Right.
she's going to make sure it happens. But this is what I mean. Like, we don't just come with like a lot of hot air. We come with
Mm.
things that we can actually help or at least direct you to the right person. You want to have a good conversation? Let's
Hmm.
get in the No 360. I mean, it's easy. You know what I mean? Let's see
Right.
if she vibes with you and she says, okay, there you go. So it's
Yeah.
just really being a port of information
Hmm.
and opportunity and letting them know that there's so many things out here available to you. Just all you
Right.
got to do is come into the village because we're here.
That's
You know?
right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Vegan Queen said you ladies look beautiful. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
thank
That's so
you.
sweet.
She is. She's the best. Oh, I
I
feel.
love it. I love it. Oh my gosh, we're flooded with all the comments. Thank you.
Oh,
Period.
oh,
Thanks,
thank you
Cloud
for coming.
Music.
Oh. Oh, you see, they're such great people, and
Yeah.
I'm very, very honored and blessed to have them. I don't want to say I'm lucky. I'm
Mhm.
definitely blessed to have them in
Mhm.
my life because they hold me down. And
Yeah.
you've been in our lives for a while too, Annette, and you've been able to see like there's times where TMP is going strong, and then sometimes it kind of like falls back, and you're like, well, what happens, right? So
Business.
life
Yeah, yeah.
happens.
It's but like home life business, the kids, like you have your personal businesses too. Like
Mhm.
I get it. And it's
You know,
it's funny because when I was in the service, they're like work
did you
life
keep it where
balance.
you're at, sir?
Thank you. I finally salute. I said, look, y'all, I'm done. I hung up my uniform after 24 years of military service. I
What?
said, I appreciate you guys, but salute, carry on.
All right. So, what branch were you?
I was prior Army, and then I was also in the U.S. Public Health Service Commission Corps. Nobody really knew about us until COVID hit. Like our bosses,
We needed you.
the yeah,
We needed you.
the U.S. Surgeon General was my boss. So yeah, the guy that said, "This is how you wear the mask, and this is
Yes.
just 6 feet apart." Yeah,
Wow, man, that's so incredible.
thank
Well,
you.
thank you for your service and thank you guys for everything that you've done because it's because of people who have that again that compassion, that desire to want to serve and protect and
Mhm,
do it honestly, you know what I mean? So thank you very
mhm.
much because at any given time
Yeah,
you could have been activated to go somewhere else and do something that you really didn't want to do but you were trained to do, you know what I mean? So and you
yeah,
did it for 24 years, babe. That's
yeah.
amazing.
That's
You made
it's.
a whole career out of protecting us. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. Yeah, COVID was no joke. I mean, this is your show tonight, but
See, but
I
that's how
mean,
that is. Don't
I
worry, we'll
learn
have you
look
on too. We'll have you
learn
on Mixed with Twix.
yeah, learning how to swab noses, OJT on the job training
Yeah.
because they needed people, so I had to learn how to swab noses that day.
Oh, I hated it. I hated that part. You could have kept that. Just keep swabbing my mouth. I don't need the nostril. But I mean, in order to, some people lost
Yeah,
their jobs because they just did not want to do that. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And
yeah.
unfortunately, I do know some. And I'll ask you this when we are in the mix with Twix because it's a lot of
Okay.
things that happened with COVID that I would like to know about. And
Yeah,
since you were right there with
yeah.
it, I just don't know like something you can tell me later or now if you want. But was it necessary? Did we have to do that, or was that the best option because of so many unknowns? That was the best option to safeguard everybody until there was more information.
So to give like a quick answer, uh, it's I guess it depends on how you look at the situation, right? And
Mhm.
to me, being in public health, I felt like it was politicized,
Okay,
and I didn't really care for that too
for
much.
sure.
But what can I do? I
Yeah,
had to salute and carry on and carry out the orders,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it was a very conflicting situation for me. I do know as far as like Centers for Disease Control and how they had the chronic diseases.
Yeah.
So the underlying diseases is the first layer or the culprit that caused the, um, I guess, exasperation of the illness,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So, like, say, you had high blood pressure, you had all these different underlying ailments
Mhm.
that will elicit more of like the COVID, if
Correct.
that
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah.
No, it
So,
absolutely does. Remember, I'm in
but
medicine too. I'm
yeah,
not a doctor or nurse, so
no.
I got you. I'm following you.
Hmm. So, but we'll have to deep dive in
Oh
that
yeah,
when
no,
I
it's
come
gonna
on
be
your
so
show.
good. Oh, you
I'm
guys
ex-
just wait. I'm gonna have Miss
I'm
Annette on in the
excited.
mix with Twix.
I'm excited, and also I was deployed to the Bureau of Prisons, and so I really want to touch base on what I've experienced
Absolutely.
during
Ooh,
my
I'm
deployment.
excited. I'm excited, ma'am. Okay.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Back to you.
I
Back to
see
the
too.
show.
I'm gonna get her on. We gotta get this
Right.
out. Okay.
So Twix Mix Productions has made a significant impact, right, in supporting your indie artists. What was the initial vision? Because I know visions change, right? Goals change. What was the initial vision of the company and how has it evolved over time?
Well, the initial vision was to make sure that indie artists had a place where they could actually sharpen their skills. So
Okay.
that's why I would go out and get contracts with various clubs.
Okay.
And so they have a stage. Now there's more like music academies, like 1500 or
Mm,
nothing. They have a music academy. Snoop now has his music
right.
academy that he's doing. So, and they're both in Inglewood, which is
Okay.
so cool. They're not too far from each other, and they're really dope. Like I have been in the 1500 or nothing academy.
Mm,
Is gorgeous,
okay.
absolutely gorgeous. Anyone who is able to tap in with them and be a part of that program is awesome. But it wasn't always, and it's not easy to get in
Mhm.
because they want you damn near ready, right?
Mm,
I'm not dealing with damn near ready. I'm dealing with I think this is what I want to do.
yeah.
I'm good at it, but it's the consistency. That's what Vegan Queen Cherie always preaches, consistency. And it's very true. When you want to do something and you stick
Mhm.
with it, I'll be able to see that. Booyah will
Mm,
be able to see that. Cherie will be able to see that. And we'll be like, oh, okay, so you're really serious. And that's when we
mm,
get you on. Because there's so many people that are like, I've had interviews and that I've had to
mm.
pull because they don't have, again, going with artist development. That's part of kind of what we do is a
Okay.
nonverbal, right? So we're getting you like accustomed to talking to people, answering questions.
Mm,
How do
mhm,
you want to
mhm.
answer this? Because you're going to be asked the same question
Yep.
5,000 times. How are
Yes.
you going to answer it? Are you going to answer it? Are you going to get irritated? Like it's a lot. It's
Right.
like, you have to be ready. And unfortunately, when you decide that you want to be an artist, people
Right.
are going to expect you to kind of always be on.
Mhm.
Are you really ready for that? So we kind of take people through a little system so
Mm,
they can even test themselves out. So
right.
that's kind of how things initiated. And that's what we want to keep doing in that respect. So again, me being out of LA for the last 4 years,
Mhm.
and 2 of those years being COVID, right?
Yeah.
Now we're kind of getting back and having an understanding like, okay, COVID is really subsiding, or at least there's more control over it, right? Now we can kind of start rebuilding that.
Mhm.
I guess you could call it like a showcase. We don't call them showcases, but for everybody to have an understanding of what it looks like, it's kind of
Mhm.
showcase-ish, right?
Mm.
So I want to make sure that we get back out there. We start getting new contracts with clubs so we can have them come back out so they can sharpen their skills. They can get on
Yeah.
stage. You wouldn't believe how many people are like, yeah, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. I have had excuses. Oh, I lost my shoe. I can't find my keys because they get nervous. They don't want to get
Oh,
on the stage.
wow.
Mhm.
Wow.
So, I mean, it takes a lot. You can say you want it. It's easy to be in the booth and rock out. But when you're in front of people, it's
Mhm.
different. And some people, most artists are quite the opposite. They're
Mm.
very shy until they get on stage and then they just
Huh.
blossom.
Huh.
So you get a chance as an artist with us to figure out what is it that you really want to do. And we want to definitely get back into that. So what has changed over time is that COVID came. So it
Mm.
it took we took a hit in our momentum, and
Mhm.
we're in a process right now, thanks to you guys and everybody that is part of the village. We're able to rebuild in a more stronger, more
Mm.
structured, and
Mhm.
healthier way. And so when we do get back out there and we are having those opportunities for indie artists, right? Then we believe it's going to be a lot stronger than it was before.
I think so too. I definitely would like to talk with you later on about this because
Absolutely.
I think everything you're saying, is just one team, right? And so
Yeah.
teamwork makes the dream work. And I'm really really excited. I'm really looking forward to it
Yeah.
because a lot of things are coming in my mind. Like there's certain things where in preparation, right? when you do, like, for instance, a presentation, you
Hmm.
have to prep
Yes.
before you go, like, for instance, out on stage. But in order to do this, like practicing a basketball, for
Right.
instance, you're dribbling the ball, right?
Yeah.
You keep dribbling until you get proficient in it.
There you
And
go.
so by you dribbling it, you're like, oh, this is, it's okay. Because you
Hmm.
have like an audience. Like, for instance, we can have like a 20 people or like a little preliminary scrimmage or something for these
Hmm.
artists, right?
Yep.
And then so they're out there on stage performing in front of some people that they don't know, but
Yeah.
it's like a dry run.
There you go.
So that's all that's needed.
Yeah.
But
That's
anyway.
what we do. Yeah, no, we're gonna be able to put some things together. And the other part is that we haven't. Please forgive me because I have not said Yannicka, our violinist.
Oh
She
yeah.
don't kill me, babes. I promise you that was just me and trying to hurry up and get my mind ready for tonight. But no, even with Yannicka, such a beautifully
Mm.
gifted violinist,
Yes.
professionally trained violinist
Yes.
that loves hip hop music.
Uh-huh.
This babe, she's so talented, you know. So that the reason why I'm saying that is because I was gonna say we want to start traveling and doing these things outside, right? So
Mm. Mhm.
coming to where you are and setting up something is gonna, of course, it's gonna take a few months get everything together, but at least we can get it set up. Going to
Mm.
Philadelphia where she is and getting something
Okay.
set up. We have, I have a really dope artist that I know that lives in Philadelphia. His name is Santos. He's so good. I don't
Wow.
know why he is not on TV. I do
Mm.
not know why he is not on
Mm.
Billboard. I will
Mhm.
tag you into his page, babe, and you tell me what you think. I'm not gonna say anything
Wow.
else. You tell me what you think, because
Okay.
he's just, I don't know. I don't know. You tell me what you think and we'll go from there. But different people all over in
Mm.
Atlanta. Same
Mhm.
thing. We
Mhm.
have artists that we have befriended that have come to California
Wow.
just to perform on the stage. New York,
Wow.
Atlanta, Montgomery,
Oh my God.
Florida, Utah, all over the place. They've come for
Mhm.
us. You know what I mean? And so that's why I knew that it was gonna go.
Wow.
COVID, man. So now we got to get back out there and, like I said,
Mm.
and just start all over again because we were like, oh, it was so, it felt good because we were
Mm.
helping people. I know that's why God put me here. I know it.
Mhm.
It's just to help people and to remind everybody that you are one of one. And this is why this is getting into the book with Mateo and
Yeah.
I, because you are one and one. You are one of one. That's
Mhm.
it. I don't care how many people come out of that birth canal
Right.
with you. There's only you. You are
Yep.
you. You know what I
Yep.
mean? So, I think that's why God placed me here to remind that you are wonderful. You are human. You are here for a purpose. You mean something, and without you
Mhm.
here, your energy
Mhm.
is going to be missed. So
Mm.
don't let this other stuff
Right.
distract you, because there's a lot of things in our life are
Mm.
placed there as a distraction and a deterrent.
Yes.
And I'm here to say, Master Yo came in and collaborated with me. We
Yep.
are here to tell everybody that you guys are one of one. Do not sell yourself short, and it's
Mm.
okay sometimes to be selfish
Yeah.
because we give so much. We give so much that by the time we decide we're
Mhm.
going to take something for ourselves, people are looking at us like, really? That's how you feel? Yes,
Right?
I've given you 150% of
Uh-oh. uh, uh-oh. You okay, Twix? I sorry, stand by everybody. I think we got excited and the internet got excited too. Uh let me see. I think the camera, if you can hear me, I don't know if she can hear me. Let me go ahead and start a private chat here. Uh-oh. Okay. I think she'll be back. Please stand by. Thank you for your patience. Technology. Technology. Yeah. Most definitely. Let me see. Gotta love technology, you know? It's good and bad. It's like a double-edged sword. It's good, it works great, and then it doesn't work. Oh my gosh. Let me see. Okay. Well, thank you so much. I just want to give you guys a shout out. Master Yo, Free Master Yo, thank you for joining us. Miss Cherie, the vegan queen, thank you for joining us tonight, ma'am. And Miss Cloud Music, yes. I'm just gonna check on her. Oh man. With that being said, okay, I'm just gonna keep listing the comments. Thank you so much. Too much greatness, I know, right? Oh my goodness, we. I could stay on here because I love talking. I could stay on here all night long. I remember growing up, and my dad used to say, "You know what?" And I'll be like, "What, Dad? You talk too much." I'm like, oh, "Okay, great." So now I guess this is my purpose, right? Talking. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
I'm so sorry. Okay, I had to go out all the way out and come back in because it was like it just had me purple. So I was like, I'm sorry.
Oh no. Okay.
So
No, it's all good. Hey, like Cloud Music said, too much greatness for the internet. Amen to
thank
that.
you, Cloud. No,
Like
hey, I had to
because
find
you
myself back in here. That's how that negative energy works. I'm telling
right.
everybody, I'm reminding you how important you are, and then here it comes. No,
Mm-hmm.
no, no. We gonna fight back. That's why I
That's
came
right.
back in here.
That's right.
That love will always win.
Oh
Okay,
my
it might
god.
take a minute, but it's gonna win. It's gonna win.
Oh my goodness. You know, there's a reason for everything, right? So just you us being here tonight. So you ever thought like in life you have everything planned out, right? But you really don't. Because the God universe will take you back to where you need to be. And
Hmm.
that's what 360, like NNO 360, that's
There you go. There you go.
I'm just laughing. I
Full
just thought
circle.
about that.
There you go. There you
Oh my
go.
god, this is too funny. Well,
Hey.
moving on before they get uh, please just let,
Right.
let me
Let us go ahead and finish.
let,
Thank you.
let me say to my computer, um with over 20 years of experience in
Yeah.
social work,
Yeah.
community care, how do you feel these roles have influenced your approach into artist development and how you engage with all the indie music artists?
Um, it allows me to, well, I'm an empath by nature. So being empathetic, I listen to their music. And when I see somebody, I listen to their
Hmm.
music first. And
Yeah.
that allows me to know how to approach them. It allows me the insight because we do a lot of interviews. So when we talk when at work, right? So we have
Hmm.
to interview a lot of different clients. And I've been doing that since the beginning of working in the industry. So it gives me comfort. I'm able to approach anyone of any nationality, if whether they speak English or not. I only speak English, but I will communicate with you the best way I can, and
Mm.
I give you the patience. I have been. It's a gift and a curse, right? It's a gift
Mm.
and curse. I have so much patience. It's ridiculous. So but that's only when it comes to me. Now, if somebody
Mm.
comes for my friends and family, then the horns come out. I'm a Taurus, so then that's when the
Oh, you're a
that's
Taurus.
yeah, so that's when the horns come out. But for me
Yeah.
personally, you can kind of like get on me a little bit here and there. I'll be like whatever, because But you start talking to my friends and family crazy, then that's when I kind of
Hmm.
like,
Hmm.
oh, you lost your mind, right? That's when I kind of get like that. So I think that that's what it's given me. It's given me the opportunity to accept people for who they are, where they are. I do not have any expectations. I am not a judge. I am not God. I
Hmm.
am Tanika, aka Twixx. I am not going to hold you to something because I'm also a realist. So
Hmm.
let's say you have really good intentions, even like for tonight's conversation, right? You're like, oh, okay, Twixx, we're gonna set it up. It's gonna be this, 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 and then something happens. Let's say something happened today where you're like, Twix, I'm so sorry. I got to reschedule you. I'm not going to be mad. Some people will
Right.
get angry, right?
Mhm,
I'm not going to
mhm.
be mad at you because I understand things happen in life.
Right,
So
right.
I'm going to say, okay, babes, don't worry. Let's reschedule it for the next time and we'll just go from there.
Yeah.
Now, some people may see that and think like, oh, we can kind of just kind of get over on her. And that was happening in the beginning because people were like,
Mhm.
I, this is one thing I will share. This was the negative about the things that we do. I promoted this client. This was like maybe a couple of years ago. I promoted this one, not client, sorry, artist. So tough. Oh, I was so proud of this person. And
Mm.
I just promoted so hard for this person.
Mhm.
They did not show up. They did not respond. They did not anything. They responded fine up until the day it was supposed to happen. And the day that it
Wow.
happened, they did not show up. So I'm on live and I got my other phone and I'm trying to figure out like, hey, are you coming in? Like, do I need to reschedule? Is it okay?
Right.
So therefore I'm left, right, in a live
Um,
situation, filling space and being
oh, wow.
apologetic to the crowd that came in
Oh.
wanting to know this person. So that those are the type of things that it allows me to deal with and it lets you just kind of go on. Now, even though that was disheartening for
Mm.
me and the work
Mhm.
that I put into, because that wasn't a charge. I didn't charge that person. You know what I mean? To
Wow.
come into it. So because I do a lot of work, I
Yeah.
really study the artist. And so
Mm.
those are the type of things that it allows me to kind of digest, not get too angry about, and just let life do whatever it's going to do because I
Yeah.
don't know your circumstances. I know
Right.
as much about you as you allow me to know, and it's not for me to assume anything otherwise. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's kind of what my work has allowed me to kind of use that filter system when
Mhm.
I'm dealing with artists. So
Yeah.
I hope it made some sense. I kind of went around the world on that.
No, no, no. I think that's perfect. By the way, my daughter's a Taurus, so yeah,
Yeah,
shout out to the Taurus.
I get it. I'm just
um,
playing. Wait, is
right?
she an April Taurus or a May Taurus?
She's a May Taurus.
Let's go, May. Okay.
But going back to I definitely understand. I've had folks that had to cancel, or but the thing about it is, it's a business too, right? So it's like a catch 22. You're doing, you're selfless, you're putting your heart out there for this person. You would just want them to win. You want both, everyone to win, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
But I think, unfortunately, it's either the communication style or it's just the non communication, which really brings a damper to the connection,
Mm-hmm.
the relationship, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's one thing to at least communicate and say, "Hey, my apologies, I can't make it," or whatever the case may be. And then it's another thing just to ghost or not
Absolutely.
say anything, and then you're having to go around and ask, "Hey, can you reach out to this person or that person and
Mm-hmm.
figure this out for me?"
Yeah, you know what? I got to the point. Well, that was thank goodness, and I'm very grateful and blessed in this respect too. That doesn't happen very often. That's why I can pick that one out of
Right,
all the numerous things that we have done in TMP,
right.
because I I do a deep dive. And I really want to know
Yeah.
you. I really want to hear you. Even if I don't rock with every song, I listen to it because
Yes.
it lets me know who you are. That I
Mhm.
feel like a lot of times that's where the artists are the most honest.
Mhm.
Unless they have a ghostwriter and I'm here just really like, really, you did that, you did that. So therefore I ask these certain questions, you know what I mean? Just so I can
Mm.
see. I go through their social medias.
Oh, yeah.
I'm reading what's going on. What have you gone through? What was your
Mm.
experiences? Some of our artists have gotten to severe car accidents,
Oh,
or their
wow.
families have. And those are the type of things because I'm humanizing you. You're
Mhm.
not just
Mhm.
somebody sitting up there with the mic. Again, they always have to
Yeah.
be on, right?
Right.
But you're not always on as a human. You don't walk around
No.
talking about,
Mhm.
hey,
Mhm.
salute everybody. You know what I mean? You told this, I'm
No.
not go and do this because that was your orders. You know what I mean? You're not going out treating people like this every day, right? Like you better get it before you be in the kitchen peeling 1,000 potatoes later. Like I don't know. So it's like you don't do that to people. So I'm like, I just try to meet people where they are, and I use this too.
Mm.
The old saying is treat people the way you want to be treated. I do
Mhm.
not believe in that. I don't subscribe to that because I say I like jazz. Well, you might not like jazz. So if I buy some jazz concert tickets and you're like, what am I supposed to do with this? I don't want to sit there. There's no singing. There's no rapping. They're just instruments. I don't want to go. You know what I mean? So it's like you
Mhm.
have to learn the person. If you take
Mhm.
enough time to get to show interest, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Then you'll get to know that person, and you guys will have a much better
Mhm.
relationship. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? So
Mhm.
my thing is knowing what you like. I need to know what Annette likes. My favorite color is blue. That does not mean if I come and bring you a dozen of blue roses, you're gonna be like, yay! I'm gonna say yay. But you like, girl, I like yellow. Like, why are you making me this? You know what I mean? Like, so I mean, those are just kind of like
Yeah.
quick little analogies, but it's just the point of get to know the people that you're
Mhm.
around for real. Don't just want them to know you. Get to know them too, so that
Right.
it can be a reciprocated type of relationship.
Mm.
Otherwise, it's always going to be one sided.
Oh
And I'm
yeah.
sure you know for some friendships where it looks like one person is really like dragging along the other person,
Mhm.
or they're the
Mhm.
ones, if they weren't there, the relationship wouldn't exist at all, you know? So,
Yeah. You're
yeah.
speaking my language, Queen, because I'm sitting here listening to you and I'm like, I do that. I do that. I do all
Mhm.
that. That
Mhm.
is too funny.
That's
But
like-minded. Our village, if you really pay attention to the people in our village, we're
yeah.
all like-minded.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
what I pray for. I want to be in the midst of people where, because if we're like minded and it's good, I don't want to be
Mhm.
like, yeah, let's go out and hurt everybody. No, it's in love. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Right.
if we're doing things with the mindset that we're here for
Mhm.
good, and
Mhm.
we're going to do the best that we can do in our
Right.
capacity, that's the people that I want to be around. I want to be around people who
Mhm.
want to build and grow. I don't want to be around people who just want to be stagnant
Yeah.
and think about things but don't do the things. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So, absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. It's and going back to thank you, Cloud Music. She said that people take advantage of your kindness for granted, rather,
Yeah.
and that is so true because it's kind of like the whole adage of sheep in wolf, or what is it, in wolf
Mm-hmm.
clothing, and
Wolf in sheep's
or
clothing.
what? Sorry, yeah,
Uh-huh.
opposite.
Uh-huh.
I need my
Yeah.
coffee,
No, that's
but
okay.
but yeah, it's so true because the thing about it is they have this demeanor that are sweet and all this good stuff, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, okay,
Mm-hmm.
now I know how to move because that's not where I want to align myself,
There
you
you
know.
go.
And it's
Absolutely.
it's unfortunate, but then again, it's fortunate, because your God and universe is taking you away from that negativity.
Yeah, but it's a choice too. We all have choices.
Yeah.
Before he done told us, we knew that before, but he made it prevalent, right? We know we're
Yes.
making choices. The thing is that we can choose to be around the negativity, but we have to understand that if you're not confident in yourself, if you don't stand on your square, that's why I changed. Because some people knew, TMP just does that, but I changed the TMP page to Foursquare Music because it's a
Mm,
reminder to stay on your square. You don't have to get
mhm.
off your square for nobody.
Yeah.
Stand on business, as the kids say
Right.
today,
Yeah.
right? Stand on business. Like, stay on your square.
Yeah.
Nobody has to take you off of that, and you don't owe getting off your square to
Mhm.
anybody, especially if it's outside of your morale. Nobody
Mhm.
even talks about morals anymore. When's
No.
the last time you heard that?
Mm.
Right. Okay. And that's the thing. I live with my moral compass. If it starts
Mhm.
feeling uncomfortable, I'm not doing it.
That's
I don't care
right.
what you do. I actually got talked about so bad because I don't care for heights. I'll fly. I'm not scared of flying, but I don't like roller coasters. I don't like my stomach feeling like it's in my throat feeling like it's in my stomach. I'm not into that. So so I had some friends. We had went to Magic Mountain. They talked about me so bad and that, and I said, you everything you saying, you right. So when y'all get off here, I'll meet you where it exit. I stood in line with them the whole way. They
Wow.
went up. I went around to where they got off at and we walked on to the next thing. I'm not getting on it. I don't
Mhm.
do peer pressure. So you
Mhm.
try to have at it. Because I'm not swayed by it. You know what I mean? I'm
Right.
good. No. So we have to be able to stand on our square and be confident in it.
Mhm.
And that's about knowing who you are. And not
Mhm.
to keep plugging it, yes, but not on purpose. It just fits in what we're talking about. The book You Are One of One, now available
Mhm.
on Amazon. Please, you guys go get it by myself and my CEO, because it just goes back into allowing you
Mm.
to know that you are okay to
Mm.
be selfish sometimes. You are
Yeah.
okay to say, this is me. I love me. Now
Mhm.
let me love you. That's it. It's very
Mhm.
simple. Let me learn to love me so that I can love you. You know?
Mhm. That is so true. You
Yeah.
have to put the oxygen mask on before you can help others.
You
Hello.
better tell them. You better tell them. Because they sure will tell you that, don't they? How
Mhm.
you gonna put mine on and you can't breathe?
Right.
Mm.
That's the first thing they say when you get on that plane.
There you
They
go.
they give you a tutorial on the exits and they tell you to put your oxygen on
There
first.
you go. You better. Because if you can't breathe, I don't need to breathe. You're not breathing. I'm like, what's going
Right.
on? I gotta take care of you. Please take care of
Mm. So artists, right? They
Yeah.
often need more than just a platform. They
Yeah.
need, like what you were saying, guidance, mentorship. How does your background in customer service help you connect with the artists on personal level? I know
Hmm.
you mentioned going through, like for instance, their profile
Hmm.
and seeing how where they're coming from. But how do you create this supportive environment for them to thrive and grow?
I asked them what they want. What is it that
Oh,
you
okay.
want? What's your
Mm,
goal? What is it that
that's
you're trying
true.
to achieve? Because
Yeah.
depending on what it is, again, going back to, are you really doing this because you want to make a career out of it? Or are you doing it because it's
Right.
a hobby and you're just really good at it? I
Mm,
know some phenomenal artists that do it out of fun. They're incredible, but they're college educated. They just do it because they know they can, but they're not trying to like maybe if they get discovered, then that would be something. But they're
mhm,
not doing it to the degree of, this is what it is. I'm gonna sleep on the couch. I'm gonna sleep on the floor. I'm gonna sleep in my car. They're not doing it like that. You know what I mean? That's a different kind of hunger, right?
mhm,
So that's how I just asked them, what is it? What's your goal? What are you trying to
mhm,
do with this? And then we'll know how to help them. Some
mhm,
people just want to be heard, and I'm a firm believer in everybody has a voice. We all have a story.
mhm,
There's people walking around here right now that nobody knows anything about, but they probably have something that you can learn from.
mm,
No, and I want to always bring that and make that available, because
mhm,
you can learn from an infant. That baby might
mm.
do something, be like, "What did you just do?
Yep.
I've been living for how many years and I ain't never." Okay, you know what I mean. So
Mhm,
don't like block your blessings, and don't negate something that you're just not familiar with. Get
mhm,
familiar. See if it's something that you can actually learn something from. So that's why I asked them,
mhm,
what's your goal? What is it
mhm,
that you want to do?
mm. Yeah, that's so true. It's meeting them at the level where they want to be.
Yeah.
And it's so true. It's kids are funny. You learn something unique about the
Mhm.
just life in
Yes, it
general. Like
sure.
for however many years, hey, my son was like, hey, it's just dry grass, mom. Okay. Like these anecdotal stuff. I'm like, oh, okay, son, thank you for that.
like, well, I guess you're right.
Oh
I
gosh,
get it.
that's so funny.
I,
So so the entertainment industry, right, is notorious for rapidly changing their landscape. I mean, as
yeah,
we know, right?
yeah.
What are the biggest challenges you've seen for indie artists in recent years? Like, what did they face in recent years?
Okay, so this is what I see, and I'm gonna speak more from a consumer perspective, which is there's so many outlets you don't know where to go, and it's
Mm,
a lot where you have to be like, okay, I have a TikTok, I have an X, I have a Snapchat, I have an IG, I have a Facebook, because everybody is everywhere. There's so many different like demographics on there. Like Facebook used to be it, right? Everybody was
Mhm.
just
Yep.
Facebook, blasting Facebook, right?
Yep.
Now it seems like Facebook they is actually doing now what I think it was meant to do in the beginning, which is for it to be family and friends. You know what
Right.
I mean? But like all the businesses and stuff, you will still see that periodically, but
Yeah.
it's really just family and friends doing their thing, right? Okay. Whereas IG has like taken off and it's doing this thing, but then you got
Yeah.
Twitch, and then you got, you have all these different things. So um figuring out which platform works best for you, I think can be
Mhm.
something, especially when you are an indie artist. When you say you're an indie artist, it's just you're doing everything independently.
Mhm.
It's just
Mhm.
you.
Yep.
So, your promotion, your
Yep.
what do you call that? Putting money into yourself, investing into yourself.
Mhm.
You got to
Mhm.
work because
Yep.
you got to pay for studio time. You got to get flyers. You got to get fly. You have to have photo shoots. You have to all these things,
Man.
right? You got to get your BMIs. You got to do all these things to
Right.
make you official, and you still have to be able to promote yourself. So,
Yeah.
where are you at? What are you doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it really does take a machine to push
Mhm.
somebody out. And then uh learning about all this stuff with like Drake and
Oh.
Kendrick is amazing. But I learned something like I didn't learn it. It was validated. Okay.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Because it's like, okay, you have these people that are paying other people so they can get into whatever they need to get into. I'm accustomed of that happening with DJs, right? DJs break records.
Mm.
So you go to a club, you're an indie artist, you're like, hey DJ, can you play my track? Let's see how the crowd rocks to it.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
You're like, okay, give me $300. I'll play it. Okay. And that's how I know that's how that works
Mm.
there. I didn't realize that it's no different the higher up
Right.
you go. It's like, oh, you want the radio station to play? Okay. Yep. You want your money to okay. And so that's why Drake is end up like suing Kendrick, which I think is crazy because it's the culture. You don't sue. This
Yeah.
is just the culture, babe. So I don't know what you know. But anyway, that's just my personal perspective. But because of it, it's like, oh well, this particular engine has made this song so big because
Mm.
they're purposely paying these people to do this, or they want to not pay me what I'm just due. So they're making this song so big so I can't get my money. You see how the politics of it all is?
Right, right,
And I'm
right,
like,
right.
see, I knew y'all was with the shit too. I just had no validation of it, and there it is. So it's kind of like they have to work so hard. If you are
Mm.
not, look at Monster Yo. We know
Yeah.
him. He's incredible. There's no reason why. What? Are you serious? Do
Yeah.
you hear what he said? Oh my gosh, how much music he has. How much he's even done. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? In his life, in his
Everything.
situation, it's incredible. And you would think a person like them, they would be seeking that type
Yeah.
of person. No. What? You see? And
Yeah.
that's where the politics come in at. And that's why TMP exists for real,
Mm.
because we want to make sure that when we get into you, we're there. And we'll tell everybody, you can ask any artist we ever dealt with, you guys, if you need something promoted, don't be afraid to ask us to collaborate. As
Yeah.
long as it's within brand, we'll
Right.
collaborate with you. If it's something that we can like go along with, fine.
Yeah.
How many people ask us to collaborate? How many? I don't think they believe
Nope.
us. I don't think they believe us.
Hmm.
Yep. But we're here for it, and we want to make sure. So we're going to just continue to do what we're doing
Right.
because it's out of love. We definitely lead with
Right.
love, and we definitely want the best for everybody. You want the best for you,
Yeah.
and we want the best for you. And we're not millionaires and things like that, but we're choosing to give you something that's
Mhm.
priceless, which is our time. We can't get it back.
Right.
We cannot get our time back, but we're
Nope.
giving it to you, and we're giving it out. And we all we ask for you to do is just show up
Mhm.
and give yourself that same love, support,
Yeah.
and intention, and you will
Yeah.
go a lot further. But again, it goes to show you, what do you really want? Do you
Mm.
really want to succeed? Are you using all the tools in your tool belt? Do you even
Mhm.
know how? You know
Oh,
what I
yeah.
mean? So we just try to give people what we can in hopes that they will be able to see what best suits their life and their journey with this
Mhm.
music. Yeah.
Yeah. I think if it's not, it's like a need to know. I mean, you don't have to tell people, hey, I have 3 kids and they're up there screaming, and I'm down here because this is my passion. This is my life. I
Yeah.
want to help, entrepreneurs,
That's it.
independent music artists. This
Yes.
is what I just want to do. But the
Yeah.
time, like you said, is, I could be upstairs doing my thing with my
Hmm.
family,
There you go.
and that's what it comes down to. But we'll just have to keep the positive momentum going. I'm so proud of you guys. Like,
Thank
you
proud
guys
of
rock.
us. Yeah. Listen, we do it together. And I love it because you allow it. You know what I mean? You allow us to work with you. Um you allow us to be what we're supposed to be, is which is connected. That's
Mhm.
it. We're not supposed to be separated. We're supposed to
Right.
be as one. And whatever you don't have, if I have it, then I should be able to give it to you. I don't know why as humans we have decided to take everything God gave us that's free and put a price on it.
Mhm. Mhm.
Everything we need grows out of the earth.
Right.
Everything. What we have become, though, and I don't even want to necessarily say humans have become lazy. I think we're very um, we're we're amazing beings, right? And we
Mhm.
keep finding ways to have things hurry up and be microwave time,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
But I'm conflicted when it comes, and tell me how you feel about it. I'm conflicted because I'm like, yes, I can hurry up and do this, I can hurry up and do that, I can get it done quickly. But is that because so I can hurry up and get back to work? Is that why you're trying to make stuff
Mm.
so fast for me? So I don't have to take, because when you cook, I like to cook
Mhm.
from scratch. It
Yeah.
takes all day.
Oh
You're not
yes.
doing that in no hour, 2 hours. It takes
Mm-mm.
all day because it's a
Yeah.
slow process. You
Yes.
want it to be good, it's
Mhm.
gonna take its time. There's
Mhm.
gonna be a simmering for some
That's
time. You know what I mean?
that's
You're not
right.
gonna get this fast.
Very
So, but we can't do those meals. We can't have those Sunday
right.
dinners like we used to. We can't do that the way we want to. Why? Because we gotta hurry up and meal prep. Let's do everything at once, get it
Mhm.
in the freezer. That right? That's crazy to
It
me.
is.
So why are we doing that? Are we doing that so we can hurry up and continue with this rat race that's so uncomfortable for everybody?
Yeah.
Or are we doing it because so that's where I'm at. I'm at a
Yeah.
crossroads. I really don't
Mm.
know. It could be a little bit of both. And as they say, two things can be true at the same time. So I want us as a human race to just be better for each other and with each
Yeah.
other. That's really what I want. Yeah.
A good thing is always a slow process,
Sure.
right?
Mhm.
And people, when they get into entrepreneurship, anything, become an
Mhm.
independent artist,
Mhm.
it's going to take time. It takes about maybe 5 years to even see any residual or return on your investment, to be quite
Yeah.
honest with you, the minimum.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And it'll be great if you see tons of income coming through in
Mhm.
10 years, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But people have a short game, they don't have the long game in mind.
There you go. And
So
that is a big problem. I've always said as I got older, like I knew as a kid, I was like, I see TV, but I understood it to be entertainment before I was really educated on that this is entertainment, because I was like, people don't live like this. People don't not go through a situation and
mm,
have a resolution in 30 minutes. It's not
nope.
happening. Slammy. And we had the best sitcoms. The 90s was like, to me,
Hmm.
awesome because we had everything that was coming out of the 70s and 80s that were reruns. And then we had everything that was on the
Hmm.
90s that was so impactful. And so with this, I think I want to be that now that I said it out loud. I want to
Yeah.
be what the 90s sitcom was for us.
Uh-huh.
I want
Hmm.
TMP to be like that for the artists. I want us to be able to give you um I want to be able to nurture them. I
Hmm.
want to be able to say, if this is what you want to do, this is how you can do it. If you want to do this, this is what I want you to do. I know it's not going to be a 30-minute sitcom, but I'm just saying that what we were able to get out of it, I would
Hmm.
like to give that to them in this new way, in this new age. And knowing that TMP did take a good hit due to COVID,
Hmm.
we are in a rebuilding stage of that part.
Mhm.
but the heart is strong. The heart's definitely been in it
Yeah.
for many years. The goal is always going to be the same, which is to make sure that you know that you're important to this world, and that whatever your goal is, that we want to try to help you. And if we don't have the answers, we know somebody who does, and we can
Yeah.
direct you to them and let them go ahead and help you get to the next level, because everybody can glow up.
Yeah.
Everybody can win. There's no reason to hold you back. And if I have some information, I want to share it with you. If I know that somebody else has what you're looking for, I'm going to send you
Mhm.
to them. I'm not
Mhm.
going to hold you back. I want you to elevate. I
Yeah.
want you to go past me. You know what I mean? I'm not one of those people like, oh, I'm here and I need you to be down there and just look
Yeah.
at me. I'm not that. No, I need you to keep going. What you found out
Mhm.
something else? Okay, come on, let's go. Help me get up
Mhm.
there. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like instead of being the crabs in the bucket,
Right.
we
Right.
should be climbing that together and pulling
Yeah.
each other up and pulling
Yeah.
each other up. It's okay. And you
That's
being in the service, you know, it's all
mhm.
about that camaraderie.
Teamwork. Yeah.
That's it. You know what I mean?
Oh, trust me, I know.
It's like, yeah,
All those miles I had to run. And then you had like the A, B, C, D group. And so the A runners are like the front runners, right?
uh-huh,
They're the
uh-huh.
fast ones. And then the D runners are slow. So
Okay,
so if they're falling behind, the A crowd group turns back around and runs, pushes the
behind them,
D. Hmm.
they like fall
Pushes.
behind and
Hmm.
start pushing.
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
If the gap gets too far,
Yeah.
they go back around to get them.
So does the A group get upset with the D group? Like, if y'all don't hurry up, got me running around here for 50
Well, that's how they do it.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I
But
will see, but I like it at the same time because you don't leave anybody.
that's
Nobody was
right.
left.
That's
Yeah.
right. And that's the whole mentality. And
Yeah.
going back to that vision, it's going back to the microwave, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where you're wanting that gratification, that quick fix.
Yeah.
But I like your approach as far as like back in the day. If you look at the music and how it's transformed, it
Mm-hmm.
went from cassette, or let's go back to vinyl, or even let's go all the way back and how it's transformed, right?
Sure.
And so after the CDs came out,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, everybody, I was waiting for my CD. We all had
Yeah.
to wait, and we all
I
had to buy
waited.
15.95. I remember $15.95 plus
There you go.
tax
There
for a
you go.
CD.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like, unfortunately, the artists don't get much from the streams. And so I'm like, we need to bring back like the actual merchandise, the actual, where you're so engulfed in your music, and you
Mm-hmm.
take the time and dedication to really think it out, right?
Yeah.
What song you want to put on that album,
Yeah.
and package it, and everybody's like waiting at the store like, oh, I can't wait to get my CD, because
So
it was
different.
like that gratification.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it builds up, right?
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
you're more appreciative for the
Mm-hmm.
work of these artists.
Yeah. You know what's interesting when you said that? It made me think of the music that did come out of the 70s. Do you realize how long those songs were?
Mhm.
Some were like
Yeah,
15 minutes.
yeah,
15 minutes, one track, 15 minutes. These people these days, our young babes, they would not.
yeah.
They want it like, and so all these like little shorts, like if it's
Mm,
more than 30 seconds, you've lost their attention. They don't want it. So it's
right.
like 15 minutes. So
Hmm.
I was just like, y'all were dancing for what were y'all doing for 15 minutes on
Right.
one song? Like, what are you
That's what I was thinking. I too.
Yeah.
I was like, because I think was it cassette or was it CD, where it was like 5 minutes, right? So it kept going. The numbers kept going down to
Uh-huh.
like a 5 minute play, a track for play for
Probably.
five
I
minutes
mean,
or
don't
something.
don't
But
cut out the 8 tracks, because
oh
the
yeah,
8 tracks were real.
right.
Those were real too. And now I am old enough to remember it. I didn't never have to buy one, but I am old enough to remember what they looked like. They
Yep.
were definitely cassettes, and
Yes.
that was big. So I wasn't mad when it went from the 8 tracks to the cassette
Right.
itself. That was a big change.
It definitely look. That's from my sister's era, and she probably
Okay.
will watch this later. But it reminds me of like the video game cartridges. Remember the Nintendo, and you had to
Yes.
put or the
Yeah. Oh, they
Atari.
don't know anything about that. The Nintendo girl, they've been all your little cartridges everywhere.
Oh my goodness! But most definitely, I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
I think the slow process
Hmm.
in transforming people,
Yeah.
like we're so fast in getting to our destination that we don't even say hello to each other anymore,
Hmm. Yeah.
or good morning or good whatever the
Yeah.
case may be. Greeting, some type of greeting.
Anything, even a head nod. You don't even have to open your mouth.
Right,
Just a head nod. And it's so interesting, but it changes the whole energy. If you
right.
say good morning to a person and they're like, good morning, they're like, did you just speak to me in a kind way? Yes, we need more of it. I was thinking over the weekend, I was like, I need to get some sweaters that just says, if you need a hug, come to me. If you need a
Oh,
hug, come to me.
yeah,
I know, but I'm apprehensive because I don't want people to be like, what's wrong with this crazy person? Why she want to hug strangers? You know what I mean? But it's not that. It's just that sometimes that's all you need.
yeah.
That's really all you need is a human touch, someone
Mm-hmm.
who actually cares.
Yeah.
You know what?
No,
That's it.
and you can save a life with that. Even a hello or anything. You save
Absolutely.
lives. Like
Yeah.
a person could be in a different state of mind and come around and say hello and
You
they're
just
just
gave
like
it to me. Save. This is what it's going to say. Thank you for that. Is save a life,
mhm, mhm,
give a hug.
mhm.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's going to be what it is. Save a life and give a hug.
I love that. I love that.
Well, there's a collaboration between me and Annette.
There we go. So we talked about social media and how it's transformed everybody into that. But what is it now? It was, I think, what was it? Harvard did a study. This was back then. It
Mhm.
used to be, I think, 28 seconds, but now it's down to like six or I don't know how many
To
seconds
keep
of
someone's attention.
right.
See?
Um,
Terrible.
yeah, so like when it comes down to like the set of pressures for social media, right?
Mhm.
How do you guide artists in like navigating this evolving social media thing and
I
staying
would
true to
just
themselves?
Absolutely. Again, I'll go back to staying on your square, knowing who you are, and not allowing anyone to
Mhm,
take you off of it. If you hear something that gives you a change of heart, everybody has the right to change their mind or to
mhm,
hear something and be like, I never thought of it that way. But if you're
mhm,
so ingrained into this is what it is, you're not gonna be open to other things. I don't want to say that. I don't want you to close yourself off, but I want you to be true to who you are. And if you're
mhm,
open to learning something new, learn it. But if it's
mhm.
not within your moral compass, you do not have to change yourself. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Stay true to
yeah.
yourself. We all have that feeling. We all have that sixth sense. We all have our third eye, whatever it is that you want to call it.
Yeah.
Right? We all have the God in us that speaks to us, our first mind. And if
Mhm,
you have ever tested this theory and you did not go with your first mind, you know that you should have. You know what I mean?
mhm.
Like, dang, if I would have just did that, I wouldn't even be in this position. But no,
Man.
I had to second guess myself, and now I'm over here going through this
Yeah.
kind of mess,
Oh
right?
my
And we
gosh.
all do
Yeah.
it. We all experience it. No, So I'm saying that because it's relatable, right? You gotta
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying. But that isn't don't get off your
Mm,
square. I am a big age now, and
mm.
I've been on this earth for a good amount of time, and I'm
Right.
confident in saying that you're priceless, and no
Mm.
one can take from you that you don't give them to take. You have
True.
to give it to them. And anybody who likes vampire movies, I like vampire movies. You have to invite them in. They can't jump into your
Yes.
house. They cannot step
Mhm,
over that threshold without you saying, come in. Don't invite the negativity in. Let it stay
mhm.
at the door. You can watch it
Yeah.
from the door. Look out the window. Check it out. But you do not have to invite it into your domain. You just don't. So that's the type of things that I would like to always tell them. Just be true to yourself. Know what your goals are. Don't be afraid to stand on your square. That's
Mhm,
your square. Do
mhm,
what you want to paint it, color on
mhm.
it, draw on it. do graffiti, whatever you want. That's your square, but you're the one in control of that square. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I want any artist and all artists that we have worked with and we will in the future to know this is a safe space. You can come into it. You can talk with us. We can come as a team. I can come as an individual, and then we can develop into a team where you know that you are in a safe place. This is your home, as long as that's what you want it to be.
Mm.
We don't leave you. You can leave us, but we don't leave you.
Right, right, exactly, exactly.
Mhm.
So we're gonna jump in. We're gonna quantum leap this because we'll be here. Like I could be here all night.
I'm telling you. I'm
But
telling you.
moving on to the next few questions.
Yes, ma'am.
So the next one is it seems basically that traditional music business model has changed,
Hmm.
especially for streaming platforms, which we just mentioned, right? And
Hmm.
digital marketing and all these gurus, etc. How do you see the future of music, the music industry evolving, particularly with the indie artists?
I see a lot more streaming. I think
Mm.
that might be the next thing. What I've noticed is that there's a lot of young people now that stream. Streamers seem to be doing a thing. It used to be the
Yeah,
TikTokers, right? They're still in the
that's
game,
true.
but the streamers seem to be kind of elevating and trying to
Mm-hmm.
come for that top spot. So I wouldn't be surprised to see like how with streamers they usually all kind of live in a big house or like a multi-room house, and they're all kind of like streaming together and interacting with one another. So
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised to see artists to do that, just so that they
Mm.
can get themselves out there, doing their music, doing whatever. I wouldn't be surprised to see that. I think that music right now is taking a very hard hit across the
Mm.
board.
Mhm.
Across the board. We have people in jail that I never thought was going to be in jail. We got finding out stuff that's going on that we probably would have never known had this not happened. And for that, we have people being questioned about their
Mm.
morality and what they're really
Mm.
doing in this industry, you know? And I think because of that, there's going to be some more tweaks. It may
Mhm.
become more safe
Mhm.
to do things versus what it was before. Because again, I've worked with artists for many years, and there's some of them that I know that
Mm.
say that I've worked with. I was executive producer for a radio show, and
Oh,
they
wow.
told me that very talented men, very talented men.
Mm.
And it's unfortunate because they too were in the service. You know, they did their thing. They got out. They left. They was like, I can't do this, y'all, and some other stuff. So they didn't say it like you did. So thank you. But they seen something that didn't jive with their morals. So they went ahead and opted out. But in the midst of it, they did come up against some things that tested their morals in the industry that they just were not interested in doing. So there's those dark areas
Mm.
that
Mhm.
I really hope and pray that have more light shine upon it,
Mhm.
so that honest artists don't fall away, that they don't
Mhm.
get intimidated or they're not turned off. That's the
Mhm.
biggest thing. Being turned off and knowing that you have such a gift from God, nobody will
Yeah.
ever know it because the politics of the music industry has turned you off. You know, so that's what
Mm.
I'm hoping that kind of changes. I hate that it's happening the way that it's happening, but I hope that it has
Right.
a positive effect. Outside of that, it's a money grab. Where if you're at
Yeah.
the top, they just gonna keep on grabbing it. They're gonna keep on grabbing it. So again, I'll go back and I won't stand down from this. Stay on your square because people
Mm.
are going to try to see how far that they can go.
Mm.
You don't
Mm.
draw the line in the sand and say, I'm an artist. This is the
Yeah.
reason why I'm here. Because imagine how many conscious artists we've had that had to
Mm.
go in to start rapping about selling drugs,
Oh, yeah.
being prostitutes and all the different type of stuff. Why? Why do we have to talk about that? You don't want your
Mm.
kids growing up to do that. And that's the most disheartening thing. When you're listening to different conversations or interviews and the artist self admits my kids do not have social media, but you want ours to have. Okay, I don't do drugs, but you preaching on your music about how you high all the time.
Yeah.
This is so. Those are the type of things that I want. I would like to see change. Whoever you are, be that.
Right.
But
Right.
you so wanting that bag, wanting that money. My thing is, if most would just say, no, I don't want to do this. This is what I do. This is what I want to get paid to do. There's not a choice. It's going to change. It's just not
Mm.
enough people saying it.
You know, you brought up a very good point. I think being unpopular
Hmm.
should be popular,
Amen.
you know, because
Yes, I agree.
oh, I have to have this many subscribers to blah blah blah, or I have to have this many such and such to do X, Y, and Z.
Mhm.
Whatever happened to door knocking, right? And hi, my name is such and such,
Mhm.
and you know, my daughter's in Girl Scout, my Taurus,
Yeah,
and we have to do these things, right? We
that's
have
it.
to teach them leadership.
There you go.
So
It's so important.
there's no like true from, I
It's
mean,
true.
I've seen all these management, and I just haven't seen an actual leader
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the whole entertainment industry. It's maybe if we had those the leadership,
yeah. I
then
think people are afraid because, unfortunately, in our culture, um, the people who do stand up, the ones who are not afraid, they don't last very long. And I
yeah,
think that I think that we have people out there, but I think they're apprehensive to
yeah,
be as boisterous as we would like for them to be. And I think there's multiple. Like we're accustomed to having, like we had one, we had one, we had one, we had a one and a half. You know what I mean? But to have, I think we really have a lot of people out here now. I think they're just apprehensive to get out there and say some things because of what could happen to either them or
yeah.
their families, and
That's
it's
true.
very sad. We shouldn't have to be fearful of one another. We all
Mm,
want the same thing. Who doesn't want to be safe? Who does not want to eat and be
right,
nourished? Who
right.
doesn't want to feel like if they wanted to go and do something or buy something, they had the
Yeah,
ability to do that? Who doesn't want their family to be safe and be able to walk up the street and go to the park or wherever you want to go without being harassed or intimidated?
yeah.
We want the same stuff. We want the
I think TMP is probably the go to. It sounds like it's. I mean, think about it. Like, you know, all these different leaders,
yeah,
if they got together
yeah,
and formed a forum, then you have this community TMP
yeah,
as the leader, the leadership.
yeah.
You know,
And I'm here for all of that. Finding a way. I definitely am going into the nonprofit sector of everything because I believe, yeah, it's a little bit more work,
mhm,
but I don't mind it because you're still helping somebody, right? So you're
yeah,
helping me by giving me a product, and I'm helping you by giving you a tax write off. We
yeah.
both win. Congratulations. You know what I mean?
Mhm,
So, and now I know that a lot of people are gonna want tax write-offs. So we
mhm.
have to see what
Oh
we can
yeah.
really start doing, right? I'm gonna get into the year and see how things look. Um, but yeah, I guess I hope that answers your question. I'm
No, no,
sorry.
I think
Because
no,
I see
I
your time is
you're
going and
great.
I'm
No,
like, oh
yeah.
girl, stop
Yeah.
talking.
I know. I just want to make sure that I'm not taking too much of your time tonight too.
No, you're okay. Thank you.
So, with that being said, we're gonna jump to the book,
Okay.
right? Uh, so you recently published "You Are One of One" with Monster Yo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could you give us, please, a quick synopsis of the book, or in depth, however you choose, and how has it impacted your, how about you personally? How has it made an impact?
So, Masio came and spoke with me probably about a year and a half ago in
Mhm.
regards to like, hey, Twixx, I think you would be really good with doing a book. Like, what do you think? And I told him, I don't know. Like, I've always wanted to do one, but I'm not really sure. A lot of things were going on in my life at the time when he offered that to me. And so I said, let me just wait and see. And then this past summer, I said, okay, I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready. And then we started talking and we started collaborating on things. And he was like, well, what do you think? What would you call it? And I said, You Are One of One. And I said, is that available? Can we use that name? He was like, you can call it whatever you want to. And I said, that's what I want. And so, being able to do that again. I mean, I'm so sorry, you guys, if I sound like a broken record, but it's just the point of just reminding people
Mhm.
that you're priceless. And no matter who came with you out of that birth canal, of course, we respect and love them as your siblings, as
Mhm.
you all having DNA same, but your mind is different. Your
Mhm.
wants can be different, and it's okay, and it's okay. I really hope that all that read our book really get out of it that it's okay to be you, that
Mm.
you understand that you are priceless. There's only one of you. Your energy outside of, I mean, the absence of your energy would definitely be felt. Imagine the
Oh
people
yeah.
around you. And if you lost one of those people, how would
Mm.
that affect your life? So you have to think of that of yourself too.
Good.
If someone lost me, how
Mm.
would that affect their life? And I think that when
Mhm.
you start looking inner, then
Mhm.
you'll start doing things differently outer. You have to
Mhm.
start within. And I hope that this book allows people to get into who they are. And it covers a lot of different things. It covers relationships, not just you as
Mm.
an individual,
Mm.
but you as an individual with self, you as an individual with friendship, you as an
Mm.
individual and adult relations,
Mhm.
you in a relationship with your romantic partner, just different things that can help you, and then it challenges you, it questions you, so you
Mm.
can have like reflect. Self-reflection is very prominent in this book. So yeah, I'm not gonna give too much away outside of, it's on Amazon, go ahead, go get it, y'all. but that's what we really hope that people get out of it, is just knowing that they are priceless. There's no price. Nobody can buy or sell you. You
Mhm.
were created as a gift to
Mhm.
all of us. We are gifts to one another. We just don't seem to understand that, you
Mm.
know? And
Mhm.
so, again, going back to why I feel like I was blessed in this life to experience this journey, is just to keep reminding each and every person that allows me and that will hear me that you are loved. You are loved, and you are one of one, and you are priceless. No one can take anything from you that you do not give them to take. So
Mm.
make sure you stay on your square. And that is like what this book is about.
Mm.
Yeah.
Is there something in particular that sparked your interest in this particular, priceless, venture of like how
I've
you?
always felt like that. I've always
Okay.
been that
Okay.
way. That's how God created me, and I always
Mhm.
give grace and thanks to
Mm.
Him,
Mhm.
because I could have been any kind of
Mhm.
way,
Mhm.
but I'm not. And
Mhm.
I'm appreciative. I recognize that. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I don't know how
Yeah.
many people really have, because I'm like, what is my gift? It used to irritate my
Right.
soul in that. I'm like, well, what is
Right.
my gift? What is
Right.
my gift? And while I'm questioning what is my gift, I'm over
Ooh.
here trying to help this person. I'm over here trying
Oh
to
my
help this
goodness.
person. I'm over here. I would give myself
Yes.
headaches to the point where
Oh
my
my
mom was
God.
like, Tanika, you don't have problems? You don't have no problems. Why do you
Mm.
keep coming here with all this stuff?
Right.
From a
Mhm.
young girl, I was always
Yeah.
trying to help people figure it out, because I feel like
Yeah.
humans, we make life harder than what it has to
Y-
be, and
Yep.
everything can be resolved if you're
Mhm.
willing to communicate. Now you might not like it, but there's compromise. There's
Yeah.
a little give and take. We can find a happy medium,
Mhm.
but we have to communicate. So but I've always been like that. I've
Oh,
always been like,
wow.
you are definitely priceless. And yeah, just
Okay.
yeah.
Well, like we're like your world and I'm a world and we're all at one world, but
Yeah,
there's multiple worlds within our world. We're all
correct.
interconnected in some
Sure.
way, shape, or form.
Hmm.
And so until people understand that, you know,
Yeah.
That's where the whole elevation.
But you have to want to. You gotta
Yeah.
want. You have to not necessarily want to know that, but you have to have some sort of interest. Because if
Mhm.
your mind is closed, and then
Yeah.
like I said earlier, I'm a Taurus, and I know some people do not really believe in all of that. They're like, well, it doesn't matter if you're a Taurus. We're not gonna act alike. No, not exactly, because it depends on
Mhm.
how we're raised too.
Mhm.
You know what I
Mhm.
mean? But there are going to be characteristics that are definitely similar. That
Mhm.
is definitely a found scientific fact, but however you're raised, because if
Mhm.
you're raised and you got these restraints on you, by the time you get out,
Yeah.
you're gonna bust loose. You're like a dog that got off the yard. They're like,
So
yes, let's run
true.
around the neighborhood. You know what I mean? But if you're like always out there, you may become a homebody and just be like, I've already did it. I don't want to go out there. There's nothing out there. I want to stay in the house. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So it's like it goes back to like we were talking about earlier. Get to know
Right.
who
Right.
you're befriending. Get to know who you're trying to be romantically involved with, because it's so
Mhm.
much more. It's so
Yeah.
much more to learn than just that surface. How many people are like, hey, you so fine, girl. No, boy, you so fine. And they end up with a kid. They don't like each other. They don't even like each other's families. They didn't know each other.
Yeah.
They were just attracted to the physical. Didn't know
Mhm.
nothing about what's going on up here. So that's what I mean. Give
Yeah.
yourself the opportunity, because it's you, and we
Yeah.
hold energy, right? And now we hold energy. So if you're out there and you're sharing yourself with somebody, so be it. That's
Right.
your prerogative. But
Mhm.
know that you're transferring energy. You're
Oh,
receiving yours
yes.
and you're giving yours away. So if you don't want to share your energy, maybe if we start
Yeah.
saying it like that, because everybody feel
That's
like they just
true.
trying to get something off. No, you're
That's
sharing
true.
energy, and then you wonder why you walk away and you're feeling down and depressed.
Or
Well, that person
angry.
you were with, right? The person you were with was probably down and depressed.
Oh, yes.
And now you're holding on to energy you don't even know nothing about, because you don't even
Yeah.
know the person's last name. What's
Mhm.
their first name? Let's start with
Exactly.
that.
I was just talking to a friend about this. I'm like, yeah, you have to definitely maintain your energy, and I think call it selfish or whatever. When you're in hermit mode, because that's
Yeah,
that's the mode I'm usually in.
yeah, yeah,
You have
yeah.
to protect it.
You have to. You have to.
Yeah.
And it's okay to. And this is a part of what you are one of one is about. Like, no, we don't want you to just be so guarded that you're afraid to speak or talk or move, but we also want you to know that it's okay to be purposeful, to be intentional
Mm,
about yourself, and
mm.
then go from there.
Yeah. It's so funny, this whole self-healing, self love journey, because I've learned in my oh, date myself how old I am.
In your good
So
age.
in
Uh-huh.
my young
There you go, girl.
um I realized that when you love yourself, not just love yourself, when you fall in love with
There you
yourself,
go. Yes,
it's
ma'am.
a different it's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I should have been, I fell in love with myself a long time
There you
ago.
go. There you go.
It's a significant change, that whole mindset with loving yourself, caring for yourself, but truly being in love with yourself,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And so I had an epiphany
Mm.
about, really, after I retired, I was like, wow, I didn't know life could be this way.
Yeah.
And when you're looking for a partner, or you want that partner, you want a connection,
Hmm.
it's because you want a companionship, right?
Yeah.
But when you actually are in love with yourself, that's all you really need. I mean, you and the
It's
universe,
so
God,
scary.
whoever
Scary.
your
Yeah.
sources,
Yeah.
it's a totally different feeling, because when you're in love, it's like you're in love with everything.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
you know, you're
It's a
just
beautiful place to be in. It can get scary too, because you get comfortable, because you're comfortable with you're comfortable with what you do, and then now here comes somebody wanting to bring in what they do into what you do, and you're like, wait, hold on. Yeah,
exactly.
let's have this conversation, because I need to make sure if I start bending myself, I'm bending for the right reasons. I'm not gonna just start bending, and that's where that compromise comes in at, right? So Again, we stay on our square and we respect other squares, but we're gonna do it the right way, you know?
Mhm.
Yes,
Mhm.
ma'am.
So, okay, because we were talking about our priceless, how priceless we are, and how we love ourselves, right? How do you unwind and recharge when you're not,
So,
doing everything?
to be honest, I am definitely a workaholic. As you know, I'm still in the office. I gotta leave out of here in a few minutes before they lock the doors on me. But
Right.
I am definitely a workaholic, and I've had to, even as recent with these last couple months, I've had to, when my family takes me off, like if they feel like I'm doing too much, I don't do the phone. I don't, the phone goes away. So if you ever try to talk to me and you're like, why is she not answering me? And it's like a Saturday or a Sunday, that's why, because I
Mhm.
don't have access to my devices. And then the other thing is, before TNP came back this last season,
Mhm.
um, I chose to not turn on my notifications because it was
Mhm.
giving me anxiety. I felt like I
Yeah.
had to be,
Mm.
and so because of that, I just chose to not. And I feel bad because people are definitely trying to interact and communicate with me, and I might not know for like 2 days. But it's not because I don't, not just ignoring them. It's just that I cannot allow myself. In order for me to be good for you, I have to be good for me, and this is the one of the ways that I
Mhm.
have to do it. So between that, and then I love my wine, girl. I have my wine. Like, I
Right,
needed
right.
that. But it has to have my green olives with it. So I have
Oh,
to have my green olives. I have my wine. And
okay.
depending on what the festivities are, I may have a shot to go with it. But
Okay.
outside of that, I just really love to be, I love to laugh. So if I can find like a movie, a comedy, or like watch a
Yeah.
stand up or something, I'm so far into that. And then if you talk to the vegan queen, she'll always tell you if you're feeling down or if you're doing, find something funny. Find something
Mhm.
funny. It will lift you up. Even if it's only for a second, you're going to forget what that's bringing you down and allow
Uh-huh.
those higher vibrations to come up. So I'm a firm believer in that too. So I just, family, friends,
Yeah.
and making people happy helps me wind down, believe it or not. One other thing is that I did go to school for massage therapy amongst everything else. So I found that when I was doing massages, it was
Mm.
actually a gift to me as well. Once again, I'm helping
Oh,
somebody, right? So
yeah.
it filled me up just to make sure that their body was good.
Mm. I love that. Yeah. And good for you. You don't need the thing about it is I had a coach a long time ago and he said turn off your notification because automatically we're human
Mm-hmm.
and we automatically go back to what we're used to.
Yep.
So you don't really need to be notified.
Yep.
But good for you. Yeah, you definitely need your space and
Mhm.
time for sure.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. This has
So
been so amazing.
yeah, I'm gonna let you go, but before we do that, what's next for Twix Mix Productions? And are
Yeah.
there any exciting projects, collaborations? I know your book is out.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, because I was a little nervous about the book, I didn't tell anybody. So they were very upset with me. So,
Uh
sorry
oh.
about that. So what I did do was I sent over a few copies to Monster Yo. So once I
Okay.
get those, because I wanted him to sign them, right? I wanted
Oh,
us to be able to give out signatures. So once he gets them to me and I sign them, I want to put together kind of a book release. It's late,
mhm.
but at the same time, it's still new to people because they're really still learning the fact that we have a book out. So I'm hoping by spring we can have something
Okay.
together for that. So everybody keep your eyes and ears open for that. DJ Booyah has a show that we're producing now that's called Album Release. It's not technically an album that you're releasing. If you have a lot of music that you would like for us to go through, we will play like 5 songs and then let you host it, let you tell us about what's going on. And then I'll be, I'm in and out, just kind of asking questions here and there, but it's primarily the artist and DJ Booyah, and he's doing the music. He's putting his spin
Nice.
on it and all of that. So that's album release. So we do that once a month. And then starting back in January of 2025, we will start back with our Crown 'em Up, which is hosted by the Vegan Queen Cherie, where she brings in different vegan chefs or people who are in
Oh,
that
wow.
industry, and she helps us to learn how to be better to ourselves in a more healthy way. And then again, in the mix with Twix, we'll be starting back. And then we'll be starting season 6 of the Wind Down. It's like so
Oh,
much stuff that's coming up. So you guys just stay posted. Um, and let us know. And I have to get with boss lady Nikki, because she's like, I want my artist to come on the show, and I just have not gotten with her. So I promise, Nikki, I will call you so we can sit down and schedule this out. I think I'm gonna start back with them. I have to get Cloud scheduled. She may be my
yeah.
initial artist for back within the mix with Twix. She's been out of the country doing some amazing things, so I cannot wait
Wow.
to talk with her about that. But those are the things that everybody can look for. So a lot more IG lives. Um, Trying to get into the YouTube realm of things. We have a website that's coming up. So there's some things that are happening. And again, going into the nonprofit sector
Mm.
of business, so that we can, continue to help each other and do what we do best for artists.
I love it.
Yeah.
There's so many things. Topic. This is just our first and our beginning of discussions, but I'm looking forward to many discussions between
Absolutely.
TMP, NNO 360, and whoever else wants to join forces. I mean, that this is wonderful.
Absolutely. It's been an honor. You're so amazing.
Oh, well, thank you. Is there anything else, Queen, that you would like to tell the audience tonight?
Um, yes, always lead with love, because
Mm,
it's gonna win. It may take some time, it may seem confusing at times. You don't have to know everything, and two
mm,
things can be true at the same time. So just give yourself space and time and opportunity, and things will come. Things will come. To be patient with yourself.
so true, especially the last part.
Mhm.
Definitely have to give yourself grace for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Well, you've heard it here at NNO 360. Be sure to subscribe to Twix Mix and NNO 360. Don't forget to like, comment. We accept all comments.
There you go.
And to view all the episodes of NNO 360, we're on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and I just created a TikTok account.
There you go. Everywhere.
Obviously, right,
Everywhere
right.
you want to be. That's right. Wherever you are, we're there.
And let's continue to please support the Unity for Social Justice. Let's
Yes.
free Monster Yo, free
Yes.
Quan, free
Yes.
all like our brothers and sisters that need our support,
Yes.
please. And this has been a broadcast of showing love full circle between NNO 360 and Miss Twix Mix. Thank you so much, Queen. I appreciate you.
It's definitely
Shout
fun.
out to Cloud Music, Monster Yo, Free Monster Yo, Miss the Vegan Queen, Cherie. Thank you
Yes.
so much for joining us. And with that being
Absolutely.
said, have a blessed and wonderful evening.
Yes, you
Salute.
too. Salute, and happy holidays to you and your
Oh,
family.
yes. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. But we're going to talk before
Yes,
this.
we are. Yes, we are. Thank you, Queen. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Love you.
Love you,
Take
babes.
care.
Talk to you soon.
Okay. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.